Hello and welcome to our Satsang. Today I want to continue with the law of assumption, but this time talk about the concept of a specific person, sometimes referred to as special person, which is often short form to SP in the law of assumption community. I also want to give some advice on how to manifest an SP for those of you who are struggling. In law of assumption, SP describes your ideal romantic partner. For Neville, this was his second wife, who he knew he wanted to be with from the moment that he met her. This was difficult for him though because he was actually already technically married at the time, although they were separated. Getting a divorce was also a lot more difficult back then compared to what it is today because it was still considered taboo. So instead of trying to force things to happen the way he liked, he used his techniques for manifesting in order to end up with his desired wife. The way he did this was, when lying in bed at night, he would imagine this woman lying beside him. He clarified that it wasn't in any sexual way, but just with the simple satisfaction that beside him was the woman of his dreams, and that they were married, because, again, back then, lying in bed with another person strongly implied marriage. It was not normal at the time to have casual relationships before marriage, so this was his end state that he desired to have, and it was easy and comfortable for him to just assume that and stick to that. In the end, of course, he ended up with his desired wife, even so far as his ex-wife cooperating in finalizing the divorce. So that was Neville's story, and I want to make it very clear that you don't have to have met somebody already in your life who you want to make your specific person. You don't have to try and meet the right people or even the right person, because when you try, you usually end up meeting the wrong person, despite your efforts for them to be the right person. Here's a quote from Neville when he's talking about a specific person, when he's talking about meeting his wife. Quote, "Don't go searching. Those who are searching for love only make manifest their own lovelessness, and the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it." Now I want to give an example from my own life that I think illustrates perfectly that you really don't have to know anybody that you want to make your specific person. So after hearing Neville's story several times, I finally had the courage and the motivation to just do it because I had nothing to lose. I might as well just try it out. In the end, if I end up with somebody who's amazing, then it worked. It's perfect. So what I did was, I didn't go looking for anybody. I didn't try to meet people. I just lied down in bed, similar to Neville, and imagined spooning the person that I really wanted to be with. I didn't imagine anything about how they looked. I didn't imagine how they acted or what their personality might be. I just did exactly what Neville did, but eliminating, having already known somebody or ascribing to them any characteristics. I just thought, if I'm lying next to somebody and I have this feeling of gratitude, then I know it's the person that I want to be with. So that's what I did. I lied there in bed, similar to Neville, and for 2 weeks I did this without wavering at all. I didn't care, if it was going to work or not going to work. I just decided feeling good and imagining being with someone is better than being sad, right? So I lied there, and for 2 weeks, each night I'd go to bed, and before I fell asleep, lie there and imagine this person. At the end of 2 weeks, I got a message from somebody on a dating app, and that person is now my girlfriend. I have never met someone in my life that I get along with as well as I do with this person. We feel like we've known each other for lifetimes, and we're best friends. It's amazing, and it worked perfectly. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that it's not important that you know your specific person. It doesn't have to be somebody that you've had a crush on in the past, or you met at the office or at school or whatever. It can be somebody you don't even know. You haven't even met them yet. You can pull them or manifest them into your life just by the simple act of assuming the state desired. So now I want to explain in detail a few techniques that you guys can use to manifest an SP for yourself if you're having trouble. So of course we know about SATS, otherwise known as state akin to sleep. This is what Neville spoke about almost exclusively when talking about how to manifest anything into your reality. What it entails is, before you go to bed, you lie down and you get into a meditative state deep enough so that you're just on the cusp of like a dreamlike state. This is actually called a hypnagogic state, and it's that place in between wakefulness and asleep. in this place, you start to sort of imagine automatically, as if you're in a dream, things happening. And what you want to do is control that imagination by placing your own desired end through your imagination, in this state, rather than allowing your mind to wander into any imagination that it wants. It's my opinion that this is a little bit too much for most people, especially when they're first starting with law of assumption and with something as close to home or close to their heart as a specific person. They can be way too wrapped up in their desire for the specific person to actually effectively do Sats. So instead of focusing on Sats, which I just described, I think a better technique is using gratitude. So what you would do is like how I did it, where you lie down and you do a gratitude meditation first. You well up this feeling of gratitude within yourself. And then once you have essentially no other emotions other than gratitude, and you're feeling really, really good, you pull in to that emotion your desired state. So, for example, I sit here, I think of all the things that I'm grateful for in life, and that makes me feel grateful. Then once I'm grateful, I just add in the thing that I want and pretend as if I already have it, like all those other things that I was just grateful for. I don't have to tell myself, I don't have to believe that I don't already have the thing that I'm grateful for. I can just believe I'm grateful for this thing. I'm grateful for my SP. I'm grateful for my girlfriend or boyfriend. It doesn't have to be Sats. And I find that this works really, really well. It's because it's the emotion and the emotional energy behind something that actually brings it into your reality. And then to augment this, to add to this technique, what I would do is what Neville would call mind guarding. And then, of course, you can use affirmations. So whenever something comes up in your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, where you're feeling, oh man, this isn't working, or I really wish that I wasn't single, or I wasn't alone, I feel so lonely, stop right there. Every single time you catch yourself being negative about being alone, being single, not having a girlfriend or boyfriend, not having this SP in your life, you need to catch that, stop that, and flip the script. Automatically go into gratitude and be grateful that you have this person in your life. That's called mind guarding. You don't want to allow your mind to wander and your emotions to wander into places that you don't want to keep manifesting in your reality. And then on top of that, now that you're grateful and you're consistently grateful, you're stopping yourself from being negative, you can throw in affirmations. And affirmations, I can't stress this enough, they cannot be robotic repetitions. You have to use emotion. You have to have the emotion behind the affirmation for it to actually work. So again, another really good one is gratitude. All the positive, strong emotions like gratitude, joy, bliss, peace, love, they're very powerful when it comes to manifestation. So your mind is clear. You're staying away from negative states of mind and negative thoughts, and you're staying grateful for this thing, this SP that you want in your life, that you quote unquote already have in your life. And then you can throw on top of it the affirmations like, I'm really grateful for this person. I'm really happy I have this person. Well, I really enjoy my time with this person. You use whatever affirmations help you get into that state and stay into that state, that emotional state that gives it so much power. So you use whatever ones that you're comfortable with in any combination that you feel works. These are just ones that I think simplify the process of manifestation. You don't have to get really good at using your imagination, because what's important is the state that your imaginational act puts you in, the emotions that you feel when you feel like it's real. So, hopefully this helped. If it did, please let me know. If it didn't, please let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video, what you think about my personal techniques that I'm trying to share. And if you need any more explanation, please don't hesitate to ask. And share with me your success stories, please. I love to read them. I think it's really fun to talk about all of our successes. And if you have any other ideas for videos that you want to see in the future, anything you want me to talk about, I have tons of things that I could talk about, other success stories, other topics. Just let me know. And Thank you for watching.